And tonight, he's walking free, just in time to see his son walk as a college graduate. Good evening, Michiana. I'm Sara Rivest. Eddie Bolden spent the last 22 years in prison. He was released from Cook County Jail this week after new evidence proved his innocence. It happened just in time for a major milestone in his son's life. Local growers, they tell me the concern isn't exactly tonight's freeze. The issue is temperatures were mild in March that caused buds to bloom sooner, and it left some fruits more susceptible to damage from the cold. And a warning at 5:30 for parents with smartphones. The terror group ISIS is going mobile, launching an Android app to recruit children. And it's your voice, your vote. Tonight, cybersecurity experts say the Republican convention in Cleveland is not prepared. They say hack groups like Anonymous have already put a target on Donald Trump. The law forces transgender people to use bathrooms corresponding with their gender assigned at birth. The policy allows high school students to carry pepper spray to protect themselves. And the level of CO2 in the Earth's atmosphere has gotten so high, it's almost irreversible. Australian scientists have been measuring the contents of the atmosphere, and they say CO2 levels may never go below 400 parts per million. They say that's a benchmark level. The only way to go back now is to stop using fossil fuels. New at 5:30, a Colorado judge will decide this evening whether or not a Planned Parenthood shooter is able to stand trial. Two psychologists have testified that they don't believe Robert Deere Jr. is fit for trial. The 57-year-old has repeatedly shouted in court that he is a warrior for the babies. Deere went on a shooting rampage in November at a Colorado Springs Planned Parenthood clinic. 3 people were killed. And new details about the 21-year-old Navy SEAL trainee who died last week during a training exercise. James Lovelace was in his first week of training. He was pulled out of a swimming pool Friday during underwater demolition training. The Navy says they're still investigating to figure out exactly how he died. And it's been nearly 3 weeks since Prince died. Tonight, we all want to know how. We're learning a doctor saw Prince the day before he died. What other new information is now coming forward? The Salvation Army of St. Joseph County says it has exceeded its goal for the 2015 Red Kettle campaign. This year, that organization raised more than $135,000. A man wanted in connection to a shooting that cost another man his leg is finally behind bars. Kids going back to school in Goshen should be expecting something new this year. They'll even be calling some of their own shots. Holy Cross College has been selected for the U.S. Department of Education's Second Chance Pell Program. The program allows students in prison to be eligible for federal student aid while taking a college degree program. This is the incredible moment where Bart and Sergeant Aaron Yoder were reunited yesterday. Their story has been a long and a difficult one, but with Bart once again by his side, Aaron says he can finally begin to heal. Yeah, Brian, the program has allowed over 700,000 people to work in the country they call home, including the woman you're about to meet. Now she fears what she calls her American dream could be at risk. Well, he's living a life now that he says he lost hope for when he was in prison. He tells me that when he thinks back to who he was before everything happened, he says his time behind bars helped him become a better person. Experts say an increase in drug use came with a dramatic increase in kids entering the foster care system. Now here in Indiana, there's a struggle to make do with limited resources. Well, thousands and thousands of videos online with millions of views. They're taken in the middle of the night while parents think their kids are asleep. It's called the 3 a.m. challenge, and local experts say it's downright dangerous. Now, farmers told me it's extremely unlikely that their entire crop would be a loss. So for those looking for that perfect Michigan peach, you should still be able to find it. I'm live in the studio tonight. Sara Rivest, ABC 57 News.